We're rolling, and Mayor, I just really want to start with offering our deepest and most sincere condolences to you and the wife and the family. We can't even begin to process how tragic this loss must be for you, Mayor, and you're in our thoughts and our prayers. And
thank you, Chris.
And Mayor, I guess we'll just start, from the beginning. What was your daughter's name?
Her name is Jasmine Melinda Erickson Salas. She's a 31-year-old. She's my youngest daughter. She just passed away Monday, September 7th. And right now, she's rest in peace right now. And for now, I'm still under quarantine. I received a call from public health that tomorrow should be clear for this COVID, because I was being diagnosed last Friday.
Right.
And I believe today is my 13 days or 14 days. Or 13 days, sorry, take it back. And it should be 14 days tomorrow. I even received a call from my doctor, my provider, and she was telling me that I should stay up to Friday to make it more clear, this COVID. And that's about it.
Mayor, I know you're having a hard time, especially because your youngest daughter, your kirida, is no longer with us. Like you said, she's resting now. But
yes,
you guys, you both caught COVID.
Actually, right? Chris, I was wondering about that because, see, when I caught this COVID, to begin with, when I was tested positive last Friday, right there and then, I have my daughter living with me here from Texas. That she came all the way from Texas to attend my son-in-law's funeral. And at the same time, I'm feeling okay. Then all of a sudden that we had a big rain here in Nesson. And, this manunko, when they get caught rain, I always have the symptoms when the rain catches me. I feel all that fever. And because our village is all getting flooded, so I had to be out there and assist my maintenance people, That's how I am. But anyway, what happened was I'm feeling fever, what do you call that? Dry throat, body ache, and of course, loss of appetite. And at the same time, I was having I don't know if they call that UTI. I was having some complication, and I figured out to see the doctor and have myself checked. So now I have myself checked. Then they I was diagnosed positive. And most of my staff on that same week, that Friday, most of all my staff are all negative. They've been tested. My daughter and my Merida stays here, my common-law, they were tested negative last Friday. And all my daughters are all tested negative. My two grandkids, my Jasmine's kids, they were being tested yesterday negative. And for my son-in-law, he was tested yesterday, but he's waiting for his results. So right now, Chris, I'm just mourning for my daughter. Trying to, we're doing a rosary over the Zoom. On our familiar Zoom, we do a rosary. They stayed in the house, and of course, my two grand are over my daughters right now. My daughter Jerlyn. It's hard to, Yeah, go ahead.
Mayor, do your grandchildren, do they understand what's going on?
Yes, she just found out yesterday. During that day, yes, she told her auntie that I know you're not. She's only 3-year-old, and she was telling her, my daughter Jerlyn, my other, her auntie. So I know you're not telling me, but I know my mom's sleeping and she's dead, and even my uncle Dindo, which is, we go, wow, poor kid was like, and my other third, my other grand, he doesn't know what's going on. It's only a baby, just, but um, it's hard to take this kind of feelings that unexpectedly. My daughter that was here staying with me all the way from Texas, she was here, Jenny. She lives in Texas, and she's here to attend my son-in-law's funeral. And at the same time, she was here for the funeral, and she was already scheduled to leave. So as soon as I got tested positive, she rather stay back for another 15, 14 days to make sure that she's clear. So she was being tested a week ago, and they were tested negative. So she scheduled that, okay, Dad, I'm staying another 15 days, but after I'm clear, I'm going to leave. That's good. So you don't have to bring any virus going back to Texas, so she has family over there. So now she has to stay longer because of this funeral going on. Oh my God. It's really hard, Chris, to think this way, and like I said, my daughter passed away on Monday. And I cannot believe I still can now, what's going on.
Mayor, can you tell us a little bit more about Jasmine and her condition before she tested positive for COVID? And just if you could walk us through the timeline and the chain of events that led to her tragic death.
Yes, for Jasmine, I believe she had the COVID before me, because she was being tested, and later on, I've started feeling this, we call this painful. I'm not blaming my daughter because, during that time when, when right after my son-in-law's funeral, we had this family gathering here. Of course, this epidemic, social distancing is still going on. And of course, you wear masks, and the kids are around here. Even Jasmine was here at the time. And I was feeling good. Everybody was okay. Then until then, when they called me up 2 days after they were calling me, said that Jasmine was picked up by the ambulance and they took her to the hospital. I feel so worried about that because of her condition, that she already had the COVID. And I said, oh my God, for short of breath, she should have, good, thanks God, because they took her by ambulance to GMH. And what puzzled me there, Chris, is that when they took her to GMH, I was thinking that she's going to be, with a quarantine, or we call that observed because of a short of breath. And what they did is they took her back home and released her. And all the time, my daughter Jasmine was having, still feeling the same, whatever she felt. And I kept calling her up, checking, how's my grand, how's everyone doing there? Make sure you take care of yourself. And I can see and I can feel that my daughter's not, she's still sick. And what I did is I called her up Sunday, and we she jokes around with me and the phone over the Zoom, and we're talking, and the last word to me is, "I love you, Dad." Jasmine, of course, I always love you. I always love you. Get well, and take care of your kids. Okay, don't think that you're gonna be, but Dad, I just say love you. So, okay, Jasmine, I love you too. So most of my kids, my other, they were calling her too at the same time. They're very too close. My family are very close. They call each other. They go out coffee beanery, and now it's closed. And they always gather, they always go get together and because of my daughter Jenny was here from Texas, and now they're spending much time until then. Now I don't believe what happened. So actually, like Chris, is that what is my concern now is that I hope, and I hope there's no other victims going to any of our hospital to experience what they experienced with my daughter. I hope they don't turn away patients like that. My daughter has a lot of constructions of her medical. She has diabetes, and I believe even high blood, and of course, she's been seen by the doctor, and she follows her meds, but all of a sudden she just had a short of breath, and of course the COVID that she has. But like I said, I hope that this thing's not gonna happen again. I'm not pointing fingers whose fault it is, but at least they have some consideration, to put her back, to admit her in the hospital and observe what she has. It's not like it's a playing game. That what they did is they took my daughter, check on her, and just send her back. And it shouldn't be happening now if nothing's going to go on. And like I said, I hope nothing's going to go on with any hospitals that we have. It's not only GMH, because right there when my daughter was taken by the ambulance Monday, they took her down to GRMC, which is the closest hospital. And my kids were outside waiting because they're trying to find out really what's wrong with her sister. And until later, they walk down and say they cannot see your sister. I'm sorry, just to let you know that she's gone already. And I really want to leave here and I want to look into my daughter, but I cannot leave, because I'm in quarantine. And I tell you what, since day one, I never live here in my house or go around and check the village or go to McDonald's or whatever. I'm just gonna, stay home, be safe. I don't want to carry this virus around.
Right.
And I'm very, fortunate that I hope, again, like I said, this doesn't going to go on with the other patients. They're going through the ambulance, heading to the hospital. And it's unavailable, unavailable. I cannot believe my daughter has insurance, and maybe there's no room at the hospital. Maybe that's why they send her home. I don't know.
Mayor,
But,
so
yes.
your daughter went to the hospital, COVID positive, pre-existing comorbidities. They checked
Sort of
on her.
breath.
Right.
Yes, sort of breath.
They released her back to the house. I know this is going to be very difficult, but can you tell me about when the ambulance came to take her away on the day she died?
Just a moment, because somebody's calling in. I'm not going to answer this. Just a moment.
Okay.
Hello? Okay, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, the sound of the other phone call just called me up. What's that question again you asked me? I'm sorry.
I know it's going
What's
to
the
be
last question?
difficult. I know it's going to be difficult, but can you take us back to the day your daughter died and tell us what happened?
Okay. On that Monday, my two daughters came over. My two daughters came over to pick up the medicine, the tomorrow medicine. And on their way up that morning, they decide to drop by over the Crown Bakery to buy some donuts for the kids. And of course, they're gonna give the medication that I gave them, that anotonino. And right there and then, 20 minutes later, my daughter was crying over the phone, calling me, crying. And I thought they had got into a car accident, because they don't live here that long. And they were crying that Jasmine is laying down. Bart came in and to give her, to check if she wants breakfast. And the same time, she was not breathing. my granddaughter was telling everybody my mom is still sleeping. So when my two daughters went down to check because they already heard the news, um, the ambulance came later and took her. They took her over to GRMC and they pronounced her dead. So my daughters went down to check on her, to check what's going on, then they pronounced her dead. I don't track what time she passed away, but I know it's I think it's like 8:45 at that time. And I really want to leave here to go see her, but at the same time, I said, no, I cannot. Even so, I go up to GRMC to see my daughter. I can't. I don't think so. They will allow me to go in there. In other words, I don't want to break the rule. You know, I'd rather stay home because I'm in on the quarantine, and that's. I feel so numb. My feelings kept crying because I don't believe my daughter's gonna go. I don't believe that she's gone. Still up to now, I'm you know, afapat like Chris, God took her and like I said, for all those people that are sending me messages out here, I would like to thank you, everyone. I even sent message back for a thank you for the condolences and all the messages that they are concerned for all different, our neighborhood watch, my parish council, Lions Club, the 360 NP Company Familia, and AMPC, everything, man. Yeah, tell you what, Chris, even my phone, I have to start deleting a lot of messages because my phone dies for overload messages.
Right.
And even
Yes.
have to delete some pictures, So I'm receiving calls almost every hour or every half an hour. And I like to say, I would like to express my heartful for all the thanks. Thank you to everyone for all these messages here. And even the email I'm receiving. And
Mayor, let me ask you. So the last time you spoke to Jasmine, she said, "I love you, Dad." You said, "I love you, Jasmine."
right, that's true. That's
did
true.
you ever
Yes.
think that that was the last time you were going to speak to your daughter?
Right. And she showed me the Salas lips. She goes like this. And that's that. We all she always does that to me. And every time we have a gathering here, she always go in and say, "Dad, you look old." She likes to joke around with me. I really miss her. Most of my kids are like that too. They joke around with me. They're very close, and my families are all close. And again, it's hard to feel this way. Right.
Mayor, I got to ask you, if the Guam Memorial Hospital had admitted your daughter and kept her there, knowing that she had pre-existing comorbidities, knowing that she was positive for COVID-19, knowing that she was having shortness of breath, if they had put her in that hospital, do you think that your daughter would still be alive today?
Yes. Yes. That's why we have hospital to all this equipped, ventilations, whatever they have. And that's why, it's an hospital. I believe in that, I tried going to hospital. And I even like, maybe, I don't know, like for me, I hope it's not getting, I was not getting all this blame because my daughter passed away because I had a COVID at the same time. But all this COVID that I went through, like I said, all my staff, my children, none of them are positive. I don't know if I got this from going to a gas station or going to Naval Hospital picking up a mess. I'm not sure. But I know that Naval Hospital, they have the, we call that a COVID. No, they ask you if you're doing okay. They take a temperature check. Of course, you have to wear a mask. And what you go, you sanitize your hand, So that's what they always do. Then from there, I think it's already safe because even those doors are all, power doors that you just open up yourself, you have to touch the handles or what. gas station, you touch the handle to gas your car or go to store. And believe me, Chris, I don't go houses to houses to do my canvassing for my campaign
Right.
because I do respect my residents. I do respect the constituents from my village that because of this COVID, I will not go visit people and to show them a respect, you know. I want to show respect to the people that know. I know some people will not accept for those door to door, you know. So any problems or any issues in my village, I always receive the call and I go far from there.
Right.
And there's
So
some of yes, and I
you're
don't
doing
know
your
really
part
how.
to stay
Yeah,
safe.
and I don't know how I got this virus. I really don't know. And even my partner here, Mary, um, she's already, you know, she got tested negative. So as my daughter. I know practically all my daughters, my staff, or even all of them, they were tested negative last week. So I don't know how. How is it that only me? I know I got this. And the thing is, I always wear my mask. Um, I don't go home visiting people. And that's,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. Right.
my staff, we always stick around. We have meetings. I have some official comes in. I have a meeting, a short meeting, like the GPA or you know.
Right.
But other than that, is none of them probably will not. Hopefully, they don't get contact from them. I don't know, or they already have the virus, but I don't know. Um, uh, I go to church before this COVID, and I go to Maina and of course Asan, and I got met sometimes, but um, I never, you know, to go like visit.
Right.
Even my
I
sister,
get it, Mayor. You take it
yeah,
very serious and you try and stay home. But let me ask you,
right,
Mayor, so your daughter had COVID, you have COVID, and I've seen this with parents with of sick children. Was there ever a moment where you wish that you could have taken your daughter's illness onto yourself?
yes, yes. I always think to myself, you know, I'm always, oh my God, I'm very close to them. I have one daughter back in Netherlands. She really wants to come. My daughter here is in Texas. So she's here now, and now I have my other three. One passed away. And I have another one too, another daughter. Um, the thing like Chris is that because all my kids, you know, they're very much very concerned right now. What's going on? They're doing running around for the funeral service. Because for me, I cannot go out and do anything right now because of this quarantine.
Right.
And I was being called, like I said, public health called me up yesterday, this morning, and they told me I'm ready. Should be clear by tomorrow.
Mayor, what would you say to the Guam Memorial Hospital? I know earlier you said you don't want to point fingers, you don't want to lay blame, but
Right. Well, it's really happened, Chris. And like I said, I hope that there's not no other victims or any, you know, patients that they're not, they're rejected out from the hospital for because of any reasons, you know, for any reasons for like because they either they don't have rooms or you know that really you know bothers me. Why they turned my daughter back because of her short of breath. She's diabetic, and according you know really Chris is that when she had this COVID, my daughters were telling me said Dad, Jasmine has COVID. Go, oh my God. Right then I already know what's going to happen to her because of her conditions. You know, she's having this. They were saying she has fluid in her lungs, maybe, or her heart, this and that. But that's why she's having sort of breath. I tell you what, Chris. Uh, Surely they, you know, like I said, you know, it's. I hope this is not going to happen again. I hope. for the community and the whole island. They shouldn't be, let's not experience again this thing that happened already for my daughter.
Mayor, it sounds like you're taking this very serious, right? But there are people on this island who don't believe in COVID, who say that, oh, we need to let the virus run its course.
Yes,
There are people who
sometimes I
don't.
see that, like they ready when the government already declared COVID, people don't take serious. I always see the road is always busy. I go, wow, what's going here? I already block off my beach, the beach area. I took the contractor, say, hey, go block that beach area and go block the other one there so nobody goes in there. Especially these people when they do social gathering, that's what I'm worried about. They start trashing around the beach area and then they do social gathering, picnicking, all the stuff. And I experienced a lot of these people like, I want to say anything about nationalities, but they will go out fishing while the family do a barbecue waiting for the fish, for the food. But for me, that's a gathering.
Right. So,
and the national park, of course, that's a national park. That's
right.
Yeah.
So what's your message to the people of Guam, Mayor, before we let you go, as you plan the funeral of your youngest daughter?
Okay, my daughter Jasmine's funeral is still up in the air. Yes, we still are going to have a decent burial for my daughter. We don't have the date when she's coming out. And again, I would like to bring out this message to everyone that they're not having experience yet with this COVID. Please be careful, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distancing, and we call that no social gathering. That's all it is. That please everyone take care for what I experience, because it's a serious matter, and let's work together and follow the guidelines on what we're experiencing now. And I believe the governor right now, she's doing a great job for all this going on with this COVID. And again, like I said, let's work together again and be safe. Let's all pray, and let God, bring us and put us in safe. And again, I hope that what I experience, I hope the hospitals are more alert on what happened already. It's already happened. Let's being alert and be safe out there.
Mayor, I know that you didn't get to say goodbye to Jasmine, but if you could say anything to her right now, what would you say to your youngest daughter?
Because before she passed away, all she says to me, I love you, Dad. I love you too, Jasmine. And that was the last word between me and her. But if she's still alive now, I would say, Jasmine, I always love you. and like I said, it's not only her. I have other kids, other some girls around. And I always say, I love you too. Man, I tell you what, Chris, thank you for the interview, and I hope there's an eye opener on what happened already. Because right now, it's really, really not a good experience what I'm facing right now. So let's work together again and see what we can do to improve more of our capability of the hospital, that what we went through. And also, like, people should know that this coronavirus is a very serious matter. And I hope these numbers that we have now still going up, we should stop these numbers going. Instead of going up, let's stay up this number. And, like I said, we don't have, when I have myself test positive, the doctor told me straight up, Mayor, there's no medication. There's no, oh my God, The only medication I have is that Tylenol and vitamin C and D, and of course the Omotsamoru, you know,
Right.
Herbalife, and I've been taking that. And now I'm feeling better. And again, Toto Guam, Fred Adai Hanzo, that an ajuda, that the PMP niya, that an amoli monasti, kalantekan, isti, ichitnut, isti sogo ni malulafan, togo. That an akepara, isti siya na numero ni mga siga je kumahulo. The sita ta atendi femilata, femilantodi yatungo ni, that na na ajuda that na si mona na bonitis isti na paras na sogo sa tu maulik mampus pilidro pa isti pagusti tetin tuntungo na yan fan tinakmitalo. Like I say, for now I have to really watch again on what I touch.
Right, Mayor.
And I don't know, maybe I got it from somewhere, like I said, but be safe out there, wear your mask, social distance, you know.
Wash your hands.
There we go.
And stay
Don't
home.
touch your eyes. Okay.
Right.
And hello, Chris.
Yes, Mayor, I'm here, Mayor.
Yeah. Okay, so you know my phone is what do you call malfunction sometimes, you know, like I say.
I know you're getting a lot of calls, Mayor, so.
Like you always said, now I need to gas my cell phone because it's dying soon. My battery's getting low.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mayor.
thank you,
okay?
thank you.
Our condolences to you and the family, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help. And we're going to ask some questions about this and try and get more info for you and your family. Okay, Mayor?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Está.
Thank you, Mayor. Be
Okay,
safe.
thank you, Chris. Okay, adios.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Hasta luego.